Hello composers, Mike here. You can actually quantize MIDI parts to a specific key and scale type in Logic Pro X. Let's find out how right now. I will also give you a bonus tip in the end of this video. So first, what is scale quantize? Well, basically it's when you take your MIDI recordings and MIDI notes and then you quantize them, not the standard way, which is the timing of the notes, which you can of course also do, but quantize the notes to a specific scale type. There are actually many ways you can use scale quantize to your advantage. One of them is to find out the scale and key of the song or part you have written. So let's say you have this little beat here. And you think it sounds decent, but you want to find out what scale and key is this in. Well, you can do this with scale quantize by selecting, for example, your chords here, go into the piano roll editor, make sure all notes here are selected. Then you want to check what the first chord is in this progression. So simply select all these notes here, and Logic will suggest, in this case, B flat minor. So now we are going to apply the scale quantize here to your progression. So simply select all notes and then apply B flat and try out minor here, natural minor. If you click quantize, if nothing happens and you switch back to off, that means you have selected the correct scale and key for your song. If I changed this to another key, you can see that some notes were moved, which means that was the wrong choice. And I can also use the right key, but another scale type. The notes moved, so that was wrong. In this case, the scale and key is B flat natural minor, because no notes were moved when I applied the scale quantize to this chord progression. And by the way, it doesn't have to be on the chord progression, it can be on the bass line or your melody or whatever part you have written in your track. The next way you can use scale quantize is to fix wrong notes outside of the scale. So let's say we have this bass part here, and let's say this note here was outside the scale, like so. Now if I select all here and do the natural minor B flat, that note will instantly move down to the correct placement. Now the third and my personal favorite way of using scale quantize is to apply it to the harmony lines, because it's actually quite hard to play good harmonies on top of your melodies. So if you have your melody line here, which sounds like this right now, well, let's copy that, hold down Option or Alt key and get it to this harmony track. Now we simply have a unison of this here. Go into here and select everything, and one of the most common harmonies is of course a third. So let's hold down Option key or Alt key and then the arrow up, 1, 2, 3, which is a minor third. But of course you will not have all minor thirds in a scale. Some intervals should be a major third, because right now this will sound like crap. Completely off key in some cases. So select all the notes and apply scale quantize, B flat natural minor, and those notes that were wrong will now be shifted to the correct placement. And of course you should dial down the harmony line a bit, and also if you want you can move it an octave below or so. And in most cases you don't want every note to the perfect timing and length as the melody line, so perhaps this note will be longer, this note should perhaps not be here at all in the harmony line, and so on. Then you can also try other harmonic intervals on some of the notes in your harmony line. Let's say you want to shift this one up a couple of notes, this one up as well, this one up, this one perhaps down a couple of notes, and so on. So you do not only get a third interval throughout the full progression here. Now simply select all, apply B flat natural minor quantize, and those notes will be corrected which were outside of the scale and key. And you can apply this technique for all your harmony lines in your composition. Now, my bonus tip for you, which I believe is really important, is to always mark the scale and key of every project you work in. It will make it much easier if you go back and work on that song later. So go to the control bar, customize, and make sure key signature is selected here. And then, once you have figured out what key and scale your song is in, select this and change it to the correct one, which in this case is B flat minor. Now, when I open this project 2 weeks from now, I will instantly know what scale and key this is in, and much easier be able to record new parts into the project. Please like, share and comment on this video to support my channel, and I will see you in the next video, my friends. Check out my complete video series on Logic Pro X tutorials and tips here on my channel. Learn and master Logic Pro X to boost your music composition and production workflow.